Qiao Hao wanted to be happy for Xu Jiamu, but in that precise moment, she couldn't be happy no matter what. All she could do was force herself to summon her enthusiasm, and say, "I'm really happy that Brother Jiamu is awake." "Qiao Qiao." Han Rushu called out Qiao Hao's name, as though she had suddenly thought of something. She paused for a moment, and said in a very serious tone, "Qiao Qiao, thank you so much for being here. If it weren't for your help in upholding the Xu family and Qiao family's marriage, the Xu family's assets, who knows what would have been left to the Xu family? It's nothing, really." That's right. How could she forget? The whole reason her and Lu Jinian were able to be together was all for an act. The corners of Qiao Hao's eyes were a little dry. She raised her head to push back the tears, and said, "Aunt Xu, this was something I had to do. Brother Jiamu has always treated me well. I can't not care about him. Qiao Qiao, you're a good girl. Aunt and uncle really like you." When Han Rushu said those words, a hint of guilt surfaced in her heart, as Qiao Hao had no clue that it was her who killed her son. Yet, there was no other way. Who allowed for the child in her to be Lu Jinian's child? What's more, the baby was under Xu Jiamu's name, that's why the kid couldn't come to this world. Han Rushu closed her eyes and took a deep breath. Then she said in a particularly relaxed tone, "But Qiao Qiao, don't worry. The doctor said that after 1 week, Jiamu will be able to come home to rest. By then, you won't have to act with Lu Jinian any longer. He even called me a few days ago to ask when would be the earliest time Xu Jiamu would be discharged. He'd had enough of living a double life. Perhaps he'd like to get out of it as soon as possible. I believe you and him must be tired from acting as husband and wife, right? But that's all right. You'll be free real soon." Qiao Hao didn't hear a single word of what Han Rushu said after. Her mind whirled over the words Lu Jinian called me a few days ago to ask when would be the earliest time Xu Jiamu would be discharged. He'd had enough of living a double life. Perhaps he'd like to get out of it as soon as possible. It was like there was something stuck in Qiao Hao's throat. After using a lot of energy, she said in a gentle tone, "Aunt Xu, if there's nothing else, let's leave it here for now. I have some matters to attend to. I'm hanging up now." "All right, Qiao Qiao. Take care of yourself." "Millimeters, I will. Thanks and goodbye, Aunt Xu." Qiao Hao hung up the phone. She stood in the restroom for quite a long time before she washed her face and wiped it clean. She then walked out into the hall, refreshed. The checkup results she'd just done were out. Qiao Hao carefully flipped through the results one by one to look for hers. On the second to last sheet, she pulled out her results and went to see the doctor in their office. Qiao Hao followed the doctor's signal and took a seat. She handed the results to the doctor, who took a quick glance and asked, "You've had an abortion?" With one question, Qiao Hao's fingers tightly grasped onto the bag, and she gently nodded. The doctor pointed at the scan on her results, and said to Qiao Hao, "The abortion was very successful. The uterus doesn't have any blood clots anymore, nor are the walls of the uterus any longer thin, but you must rest. Within the next 6 months, don't get pregnant.